Halo, kami Troma Rama, kelompok seni yang dibentuk di tahun 2006. Kami bekerja di Bandung dan Jakarta, Indonesia. Troma Rama sendiri terdiri dari 3 orang. Ada saya Rudy,
Saya Feby.
Dan saya Herbert. Sebagai kolektif, kami punya ketertarikan dengan medium gambar bergerak. Kekaryaan kami terdiri dari video, instalasi, dan custom program komputer.
Untuk karya komisi di M+ Passat, kami menampilkan Growing Pillars. Karya ini berusaha melihat monumen sebagai ruang reflektif tentang nilai, kepemilikan, dan sejarah personal.
So the M+ Facade is one of the largest media facades in the world, and we showcase a lively mix of videos and contents every night. In particular, we have a site-specific artwork commissioned especially for the facade every 3 months, and we're so happy to have you guys Tromarama with us this time.
This time for the M+ Facade, you created Growing Pillars, which is based on personal archives. So we would love to know more stories about your respective personal archives.
I found this one certificates issued by the government in the early 70s of Indonesia citizenships. It states that my father has changed his Chinese name into Indonesian names. So from this certificate that I'm start to imagining what my father have been through in the early 70s, what is the situation of social politics in Indonesia at that times. I never found the whole my life until I make Growing Pillars.
One of the objects is a crying dolls. It's 3 sets of dolls actually. One is the happy face, the other one is a grumpy face, and the last one is a crying faces. I remember when I'm still like a little child, my mom used to say, "You don't want to become like the crying ones." So for me, it's funny to remember things like why my family like talking about some very important message about expressions, but through an objects.
while going to my parents' house and trying to find family archives, I crossed upon a photo album. It belongs to my grandmother and contains wedding photos of my mother, my aunt, and also some relatives. I also had a wedding 6 years ago, but my family decided not to come to my wedding. So in consequence, I don't have a picture with my family during my wedding. So bringing this family archive, the happy memories and the certain tension that you have in your family, like in a way it gives you a space to externalize something that's inside of you, identifying a problem or acknowledging like wounds.
It feels very healing, even though you have some traumatic moments in the past. It brings you new perspectives of looking into a past, experiencing the current moment and imagining the future.
This contrast between something extremely personal and this very public-facing screen is something I would love to hear some of your thoughts.
Physically, we saw this LED facade and then we start thinking about a monument. Usually in Jakarta or Bandung, we found this monument about a hero. Their history is already at. We would like to project an open space to have a dialogue about our own history. Usually when we see the monument in Jakarta, in Bandung, is like from top down, the initiative, and now because we're still alive, and then this is a monument still in the making, so we have a chance to make our own monument from bottom up. So the family become the first departure point to make how we see our own monument. For example, the certificate of citizenship or the wedding. I think the certificate is like another form of public, how you want to be accepted in the public, in the society.
It is also kind of built into the architecture that this monument is supposed to change. We're very grateful that you let us in, and that you're sharing these personal stories with us and also the city of Hong Kong.